All right. What's up, everyone? It's Marco here, and well, I haven't done a video in quite some time, and this right here is the iPhone X10X. It's the new iPhone. Everyone's been waiting for this. Today is November 3rd, 2017. I have a brand new iPhone. Thankfully, I picked it up from UPS this morning and not the Apple Store. And well, this is kind of my unboxing first experience of this iPhone. It's still sealed in the wrap. I didn't go to an Apple Store, so I have not laid my eyes on one of these physically yet. Now, one quick note is this is the silver model, but every iPhone 10 comes in basically the same box. It's a white box, and it's actually embroidered and raised. And this one, since it's silver, has the stainless steel band. And if you compare this to, say, an iPhone 8 box, this is for space gray, you can see that they're not the same. Why is this not black? This is a special edition iPhone. It's the 10th anniversary edition iPhone, and they chose with just a normal box. Weird, but now one thing that is special is they do have the front of the iPhone on this one instead of the back of the iPhone. So just something to note real quickly here. So let's go ahead and crack into the unboxing. I also have a case over here. So this is an iPhone 10 leather case. I got it in a blue color. It's the, I don't remember what the Cosmo Blue, that's what it's called. Cosmo Blue, also matching my watch band. So I'm all appled out here. Got a nice little green pull tab. We'll pull that. Not exactly a satisfying sound. And we'll move out the that junk over here to the side. And we'll just lift it up. Signed an Apple by California. Pretty cool. Pretty normal, typical affair. And there it is. Here is the iPhone 10 in all its glory. We'll put that to the side for now. We'll look into the sleeve. We have a hello quick start guide here. Pretty normal stuff. Now, this is going to be pretty important for people who have used iPhones in the past and maybe were living under a rock and didn't know the iPhone 10 no longer has a home button and everything is now gesture based. And you have your typical standard of mill white Apple stickers like you always do get in iPhone boxes. And now we'll lift the iPhone 10 out of its box. Whew, oh my goodness. This phone really, holy moly, it feels amazing in the hand. The stainless steel really reminds me of the iPod Touch era. It's gonna get scratched unless you put a case on there. And you know what? There's actually a couple little marks on there just, I guess, from fingerprints already. So if you don't put a case on your iPhone 10 and you have the silver model, the stainless steel is going to scratch just as quickly as basically your Apple Watch or your iPod Touch, any of those Apple devices with just a stainless steel band or back. Now the back of this phone, it is silver, but I think the coating looks a lot more white, and honestly, it's the best color in my opinion compared to my iPhone 8 Plus in space gray. I think it has a little green hue to it. This really does look like a white iPhone, and it really reminds me of the white iPhone 4, which is why I bought this, and also it has a black front. So let's go ahead and just put that to the side, talk about what else you get in the box, like your normal unboxing here. Got your ear pods, got your 3.5mm headphone jack to lightning dongle connector. You got a lightning cable, and you got your normal 5-watt wall adapter. Now the iPhone 10 does support fast charging, but you have to supply your own charger. You can use an iPad charger, and if you really want to turbocharge it, you can use a MacBook charger and get a USB-C to lightning connector. But those cables will cost you a bit of money from Apple if you go directly from them. We'll go ahead and open up this iPhone 10, leather case in Cosmo Blue. Pretty normal, standard of the mill. Just another iPhone case here. We'll pick that up. There's the iPhone case. It has I guess the aluminum or stainless steel buttons here, and you can see that elongated button for the power switch on the right side. So this goes here. It fits perfectly. And then let's just do a quick size comparison. Got an iPhone 8 Plus right over here. It's a little dirty, but we'll take off the case to give you a good size comparison between iPhone 8 Plus and iPhone 10. So iPhone 8 Plus, here it is, 5.5-inch display, real massive phone. And then we got an iPhone 10, 5.8-inch display, and you can see the size comparison here, that the iPhone 10 literally fits in the footprint of the iPhone 8 Plus and then some, and it has a 0.3-inch bigger display on the diagonal. So you can really see how packaging is a huge thing for phones, and basically if you want to have a smaller phone, you have to cut those bezels. So let me go ahead and get this thing started up, and I'll put my Face ID in there, and I'll get it all ready to go, and we'll talk more about the iPhone 10. All right, so I have my iPhone 10 all set up and ready to go. I can show you that right now it is locked. I'm gonna go ahead and look at it. There we go, Face ID just authenticated me, and I'm into my iPhone 10. Overall, okay, so let me just talk about the main points here. The notch, yes, it's ugly, but honestly, it disappeared within the first couple of minutes of using this thing. Face ID is already integrated in a couple of applications I've tried in terms of my passwords through my applications. It's worked. Bank of America, if you bank with them, it works. In terms of specs, let's go ahead and talk about it. 5.8-inch display, OLED panel. It's beautiful, it's vibrant, it's bright. Not quite as bright or vibrant as an S8, but in my opinion, it's a better display in terms of color accuracy. May not be exactly the pop you're looking for, but it's definitely beautiful. You know, you guys all know the specs. You guys can go to apple.com and read all that stuff and nerd it out. I'm here really talking about my experience so far with the iPhone 10. Honestly, it's great. The only weird thing that I've really run into is just the app switcher. More likely, I'm just going to be using so if we go to an app here, I'm going to be using the bar just to kind of go left and right of the applications. But other than that, everything else is really, really cool. It's definitely something to get used to for sure, but I really, really dig the display and the form factor. It is tall, but it's not too tall in my opinion. I think it's a great form factor. I haven't played a video yet. I'm sure that's going to be pretty terrible when you go full screen, but I think, again, you're going to get used to that notch and that eating up a little bit of your portion. Just kind of like watching YouTube videos on an 18:9 or 2:1 screen ratio, because most videos are 16:9, which is not a 2:1 ratio. If you go full screen, you're gonna crop in both the top, bottom, and sides of the video. You're basically gonna be doing the same thing here, but you're gonna have a little bit more of a bite on the left-hand side because, well, there's this huge notch at the top of the phone. Other things to talk about in terms of iPhone 10, well, battery life, really can't talk about it because I've only been using it for a little bit. I've turned it on, done my backup, and I'm at 56%. I think I started around 80%, so I'm not exactly sure where that stacks up to the rest of the pack. I mean, it's pretty normal, I think, when you're doing backups and restoring from backups. It's going to be eating a lot of battery life because you're downloading a lot of stuff to your phone. Other than that, I mean, it's great. I think the build of this phone is awesome. I do have it in a leather case. It's awesome. I love the big side button. That's how to get to Siri. So if you hold it, you're going to activate Siri, which I already did kind of. Can you hear me now? I can hear you, yes. If you want to take a screenshot, you can do a single depression of the side button, which is now called the side button, not the power switch, and either the top or left button volume rocker. So I guess it's actually just the top one. So you got to do the top volume rocker and the side button to take a screenshot. And that's how you do that. And if you want to turn off your phone, you have to do a long press of either of both the side button and either of the volume buttons, or there's also a software button in the settings if you just want to shut down your telephone. Did I just say telephone? Oh my gosh, it is weird. But anyway, overall, the experience of using iPhone 10 so far is great. All right, so those are my first impressions, the first couple hours with the iPhone 10 so far. I basically have to dive in and use this phone every day just to get a sense for how it's gonna really do every day. I think I'm gonna have just a gist here. It's gonna be a good phone. I think it's the best iPhone around, and the type of change that's being implemented here is a little tough to swallow sometimes, especially about the Touch ID sensor and Face ID being the new thing, and it's going to take some time to get used to it, and also applications adjusting. Now, I know this is not exactly the quality of production level that you guys are expecting from me, especially on this type of channel here on the Pro Consumer, but I wanted to give you guys just kind of a raw first impressions of the iPhone 10. I think it's great. I want you guys to ask me questions, leave me a comment, hit me up on Twitter at Marco M. Hanna. Ask me questions, and hopefully I'll get around to shooting a proper review or some kind of video about the iPhone 10. I know there are a lot of people out there, so make sure to go watch Danny's content at Super Scientific at Danny Winget on YouTube.com. And everybody else in the YouTube sphere that are covering iPhone 10 in a much more cinematic fashion or higher production level than me, because right now I'm just using an A6300, a lapel microphone, and believe it or not, I'm actually recording this audio in camera because I can't find my microphone anywhere. So let me know what you guys think about the iPhone 10. Did you guys buy one? If you did, leave me a comment below. Let me know which color you bought, why you bought it. Did you come from iPhone 6, 6S, 7, even 8 like me? I want to hear your story, and again, feel free to ask me questions about the iPhone 10. Thank you for watching, and as always, actually, I'm probably not going to save that. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.